A little now.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, right. Let me see and see if we're back. Let's have a look. If we are back. Hold on, people, because there's something. Someone's saying that we need to
It's saying
refresh
live
it.
on Facebook, right?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, we are live again. But what's happened is someone said that what you call it, that the thing wasn't refreshing or something, you couldn't see it right. It looks like it's back up now. It's fine now. Right, because even when I was reading it before, I couldn't see what was going on. So yes, everybody's checked back in. So everyone, where you there? Where you there? Where you there? Huh?
We lost all that.
Yeah, because basically what happened was I was wondering why I couldn't even see us on live. We couldn't even see it properly. It was like funny on the screen that something was wrong. But anyway, everyone will check back in. I'll start tagging people.
That was good information, you know, that we just lost out on.
Listen, no, don't worry. The information
still there,
back.
Nathan. It'll be still there.
What's
Nathan.
information?
They
You mean
heard
that
it,
you like them
Nelson.
loud?
They heard it.
It'll be still there. It'll be still
Listen.
there, though.
It's just
Everyone-
be
We'll be
grateful
still
it
there.
was
What?
down.
It will be still there on
Listen,
another
we're all
line.
back. Trust
Oh,
me,
we
they're
still.
all-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for
Well,
another
we're
thread.
still there. Listen, so Nelson, brother,
Talk to
yeah?
me, Rachel. Talk to me.
Since you don't know, yeah, which girl made the loudest scream, you said,
Which girl? You've got girls from every single race. That some of them are loud, some of them are quiet, some of them are. Every girl is different, and in every single girl you find similar characteristics.
okay, so you
It's
did it. So all now you don't know who had the tightest one.
the tightest one, you know.
What are you
Fucking hell,
guys
Rachel.
talking about? You guys are getting deep.
What's Rachel on? Nah, Rachel, I
can't
can't
be
even get
talking
too
about
deep.
women like
Rachel, don't.
No, we can't be talking about women like that.
Nelson, don't fall for the trap, bro.
Nah. I'm not falling for. I know what Rachel's doing. I know what Rachel's doing.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say? What trap are you
No.
talking about, Sean? Don't try it, right? Don't let me
You
have
get
to
into
expose
you
you.
get you getting him. You getting him.
No.
Yeah, exactly,
I'll be honest with you. I even said too much, just out of respect for the missus. I can't even be saying this stuff.
No, but that's the
But,
reason why I said. That's the reason why I said people before, because I said your mistress is the queen. Who is underneath that? You understand? Your mistress is the queen. I was saying.
Rachel,
Yeah.
regardless, she still won't. She doesn't want to hear who comes before that. But you crazy, Rachel?
Anyway,
Are you crazy? You're trying to get me crucified here.
You're getting married soon, right? You're getting married soon.
You get me, fam? You know what I'm saying? Rachel's out here making it personal in that.
listen.
But on the real talk, yeah, this colorism, I think it's a trauma as well. It is a trauma for some dark skinned people because I think a lot of it's stem from like an experience. Imagine when you're young, you're dark skinned, and even your own family members, you're dark, you're black, this, or you're midnight, you're this, you're that. So as you get older, you start to even hate the people around you. So I can see why
Mike,
some.
would you call colorism racism? I would.
Yeah, it ties in the same. Yeah, I'd say they tie in the same book. It's part of the same book.
Racism.
Definitely.
John doesn't agree with that analogy, right, John?
It's only a bit because
I would call it racism. Do you know why? Because it's because you're making a preference based on race. It's a preference based on race.
That's a prejudice.
I would. It's like this, right? If I think John described it beautifully. What did John say? John said when he gave the definition for colorism, he said colorism is the belief in an hierarchy based on complexion. Now, what a person that I would say suffer from colorism or is a colorist, what he's basically saying is he prefers one complexion. So it's race based, so it's color based. So he would rather have the complexion of, say, let's say a white woman, an Asian woman, or whatever his preference is, right? So it would be based on race. Okay. So to me, because it's based on race, that has to be what do you call it? Racism.
Yeah, colorism to
Because
me.
the root of it is race. Basically, you want to look like, or you prefer that type of race. You prefer their phenotype. You prefer they physical appearance. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, you prefer their features better than you prefer the features of another race. So that's where you want to be heading to. So to me, I would go as far as saying that that's actually racism. But also I did highlight the fact that preference does exist, as well as colorism does exist. So to me, I would call colorism, I would say it's the same thing. I don't care if you're dark skinned that makes jokes about dark skinned people. I would also go as far as saying that is a form of racism. I see that in American people a lot. Maybe Samuel can help shed some light in why that is. If you look at rap battles, you see a lot of colorist comments, and these are dark-skinned guys or brown skin guy making fun of a dark skin. Look how black you are. Look how what and whatnot you are. And to me, that is a form of racism as well. If we're gonna go deep all the way in it, but preference does exist. So it's all to do with, you can't accuse someone of colorism unless you know what their motives are. You can't accuse someone you can't say, oh, that person is dating that because he is a colorist. You have to know what was his choice based on race, or was his choice based on, oh, that's the person I fell in love with, that's the person I like, that's the person I wanted to be with, that's the person that I felt most attractive to. Because to me, what's attractive about women, it goes beyond facial features and the appearance of an actual of the physical shape of a woman. It goes it's her femininity to me that attracts me the most. I've had girls that are super sexy, yeah, physically, but I'm sorry, you couldn't have a relationship with people like that, because it's way too much masculinity for me.
Wasn't she tight enough? Wasn't she tight enough, Nelson?
Frightened.
Nelson,
I'm 6'3", Rachel. I'm not frightened of that.
No, I never said that. I said Nelson. I said, wasn't she tight enough?
Wasn't she tight enough? Fucking hell, Rachel. You keep going back to that, innit? Mike, speak to Rachel about this. We can't be speaking about women.
I'll be having words with her, to be honest.
Please, man, please sort this out, bro. It has nothing to do with whether she was tight enough or not. It has all to do with the fact that masculine behavior is a put off. It's not attractive at all. And Kevin Samuels lately has been calling men to go down on looks and increase on femininity, and look for attraction in their femininity rather than looks, because too many men today are caught up in the looks and they wonder why their relationships don't go nowhere. And so the real attraction to me for a woman lies in their femininity. It's not just race-based. So yeah, that's my input on that. Colorism is racism.
Okay, do you think that colorism is racism, Auntie Marie?
She does.
Auntie?
What happened last week, Nelson, when the only way it could be heard was to shout? Seriously, we're going back there?
I'm sorry, Auntie. I'm sorry, Auntie.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I do. I think Nelson's right there, that really colorism is another way of saying someone is being racist. Yeah, I agree with you, because what has color got to do with anything anyway? And it's not the way we like people or like things. Yes, we're told what is in fashion, what we're to like, but really, we shouldn't say that, because a lot of it is, well, I don't know, is racism something which is taught? I think it is, because
partly.
If you look at kids, if you look at little children, they're not making a difference between little girls and little boys, let alone one color and another. They're really run up and hug whoever. I think racism is something which is taught, and so is colorism. Like when I was growing up, to be blonde and blue-eyed was a thing, and so everybody was bleaching their hair. Well, black people weren't, but the whites were bleaching their hair to make it blonde. Some of it looked really ridiculous, but that was the thing. Now the heroine in a film is often deep brunette or black hair. That changed maybe in the 90s, you think? Late 90s, early 2000, that swap over. But it used to be that if you were blonde, you had an easier life. I know that if I have my hair in locks, I get treated differently.
100%.
But by different sets of people are attracted, and other different and another set of people are put off. So what makes all of that? What makes us that way? I'm not quite sure. Some of it's pure chemistry, but a lot of it is learnt behavior. And someone with a I mean, there are some colors of skin I've seen in Jamaica, jet, and in Africa, jet black. When the light shines on it, there's a glint of blue coming off their skin. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. And I say to them, your skin is so beautiful. Do you know that? I mean, I've just seen blue light come in from your skin. They smile, but it's not often that they're told that their skin is beautiful. And I'm here in Jamaica. And why is that? I don't know. When I first used to visit Jamaica, you would never find in a bank a black-skinned person. You would only see very fair, or the darkest would be what you'd call a browning, sort of brown color.
Like my color.
But, yeah, but usually lighter than you is who's in the bank. And now you can see all different shades. All of that is that mindset is being bled out of the community, thank goodness, like poison is being sucked out. And I hope that continues. But a lot of it, I think, is taught behavior. I don't think white people are born racist. If they were, I'm really sorry for them.
But then, as I said, we get colorism in all forms as well, because like, as Cece just said, I'm just listening to some of the comments, because actually Prince got light skin privilege is illegitimate child of white supremacy. Also, Cece was
Say that again. Light skin is what?
Privilege is the illegitimate child of white supremacy.
That's deep. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Right. Then you've also got Cece was saying, so because she prefers dark-skinned men, does that mean that she's a racist? Right.
All my friends used to prefer
there's a difference between preference and colorism, and this is what I'm trying to say. It's something that only the individual can answer. But obviously you can see certain behaviors that would lead you to believe that their preference is rooted in colorism rather than actual preference for that, but yeah, it's all to do with the individual and their motives and their intentions.
Do you think that people, like I was talking to someone about it this week, like say for instance now, I'm in between, so I'm not light skinned, I'm not dark skinned, but then so you get issues where you get people who are lighter skinned might be silly towards you and be shown that they have privilege sometimes towards you because you're darker skinned. I've suffered that. And then I've had people who are darker skinned think that I'm better when I don't. Do you see what I mean? Because of I'm lighter.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm sitting there going, well, I'm not being accepted sometimes by anyone. And I'm sitting there thinking, boy, half the time I'm sitting there thinking, I wish I had the darkest complexion because first of all, you look younger, for longer. your skin, you know, obviously all shades are beautiful, but I love the complexion of a dark skinned person. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The more melanin to me is stunning, you know. Nothing wrong with having less melanin, because I've got a little bit less melanin. I still think I'm beautiful, but you know, you get it from each side. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, does anyone talk about what it's like to even be in the middle of both of those shades? Because I remember years ago when I was dancing, you weren't light enough to be mixed race to be able to go in, you know, certain jobs they only want a light-skinned person, but you're not dark enough. I mean, you're not light enough to do that job. And then sometimes they want somebody who's really looks authentic, and they're like, well, you're not dark enough to have that authentic look. So same again, I feel, you know what I mean, you're on the fence. There's so much issues when it comes to our complexions and our colors. You know what I mean? It's a shame. We need to just get past it. And I've noticed the younger generation as well. What's wrong with them? It's like, you know, they've been brainwashed so much, and they've actually had more like dolls and stuff like that, which are black, white, whatever, you can pick anything. Why is it that the colorism in the younger people is even worse? Because of, you know, if you look at it, when you go to, if you go to a Caribbean club, then your Caribbean club, they'll be looking at people who are black. If you go to a house party or something like that, like house music, this, that, and the other, they're not, it's not the case. It's mostly, they're looking at people who are not even black at all, or the lighter skinned is, that's what their class is beautiful. So what's going on with the brainwashing there? That's where I find it brainwashing, because it's two sets of people looking at two different things. So, you know, I mean, we only had the options when we was growing up to go into a shop and see Ken and Barbie being white. We didn't have black Ken or black Barbie, but the kids now have got all of that. But they still got so much issues. And when they look, when people are using filters, come on, the filters make you look lighter. They do.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah.
You know, so and everybody's using filters. I've used filters.
The reason why it's continued is because we haven't dealt with the issue. We've just been perpetuating over the years, and it hasn't been addressed. We still have it. We still have within our community media that promotes certain shades over the others. Just take a look at your average hip hop video, which is what these kids are listening to, grime or whatever. You're still hearing about lighty this and lighty that, and browning this and browning that. So what is the irony of it to me is, these children are coming from parents that are darker. So we also have to take accountability in terms of our parents. I mean, as you know, I know that in the Caribbean, the kids, a dark-skinned parent would tell their dark-skinned child not to go in the sun to get too black. Something I never understood that, because you black, you're dark yourself. But they would tell another child.
My grandma told me that.
Right. So so we the reason why the kids are like, because of our generation before, we haven't dealt with it.
John,
It's so within our psyche that
John,
we just haven't gone.
There's two reasons for it. There's the you're right that we haven't dealt with it, but there's also people not understanding where it's really coming from, or where does it really originate from. A lot of people don't understand that racism is tied in with this superiority ideology of one race over the other one. A lot of people don't understand that it's tied into that. And also, I'll be honest with you, black girls wearing weaves doesn't help, because it doesn't push the black beauty forward. What it does is reinforces the European beauty. That's to me, that's what it does. And I think Kevin Samuels himself is an advocate for, you know, black girls to start wearing their natural hair and so on and so forth. And I think those things need to be sorted out. You're right, it hasn't been dealt with as a community, but we don't have a community that deals with these things, because the black community doesn't have a hierarchy that makes these decisions and enforces these decisions. What the black community does is everyone really just does their own little thing. That's really what goes on. So yeah, that's my
Nelson,
take.
I don't think it's just that though, is it? Isn't it that
it's definitely that what I mentioned. It might not be just that, but it's
Okay.
definitely that
Right.
too.
Okay.
Listen,
How
people
about
just
if
said
we
about the
add
weave thing. I'm just making you
Uh,
know. Janelle flashed her hair because she have her weave on. And then you got Cece just said, is he going there with weave? Yeah. And it's Hannah said, oh no, he didn't. Yeah.
I
And
don't care.
Barney Darcy has entered.
You guys
Well, I
should
want to
know me
talk
by
about
now.
the weave
I don't
actually.
care. If we are talking about, if you're talking about stereotypes that reinforces, that takes away from black beauty, and reinforces stereotypes of white beauty, that or thing, because one thing I don't like is hearing white girls talking about black girls wearing weaves. This is something I don't like. I never liked it.
Simone.
And to me, the natural look would reinforce black beauty more than some weave.
But
And if
then
you don't like it,
as Nadine
if you
said,
don't like it, come
as,
see me in it.
as
But I don't
Nadine
care.
said, as Nadine said, but most weaves aren't European, or is it aren't European or trying to be. Yes, it
I
might
don't
look
care.
great,
You know what I
etc.,
mean. You know what
but
I
it
mean.
looks
You know
more
what I
Asian.
mean.
And
Nelson,
someone said white
Oh,
girls wear weave all day, and they do.
all day, every day.
They got more weave than us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the point is, what you're saying is European might not necessarily be actually
No.
European, because if Europeans curl their hair, put rollers and tongue their hair and curl their hair, nobody has a problem. Neither do they have a problem if they straighten their hair. But if we take a
listen.
hot comb and straighten our hair, people are telling us we are being sort of following along the European line. And I don't think, and
Listen,
coming back to
everyone's
the
caught
point
up in
I'm
the
trying to
European,
make
everyone's caught
about
up in the
that
European
is that,
hair, European
you're
name.
doing it again,
It's not the
Nelson.
European name. It's not the
I'm
European.
going to have to shout over
You,
you.
you know what I mean by the straight hair. You know what I mean, right? God,
Okay,
I've got a black mic.
so so what I'm saying is that really, where you said that we have
Stop getting
failed.
caught up in the word
This
European.
generation, this generation in parts has failed, right?
Right?
Because it's still going on, this colorism. But the way I'm looking at it is this. What appears to be failure is just a recognition that economically we haven't moved. Once a Black person becomes, or a Black community becomes the top economically, everybody's going to want that. Everybody's going to want to be like them. That's what society does. And so when a mother says to her child, don't stay in the sun because you're going to be too Black, she's recognizing that when that child goes out into the workplace, the powers that be are going to want to hire people that look like them. And so what she's saying is fit in. And the way for Black people to fit in is unfortunately still a way, still that we have to deny a lot of who we are. That's the way it is. Second point is that when we talk about hair now and weaves, I notice that the guys that always shout, oh, we like natural, 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 are the ones that immediately spin on their heels a moment a woman with a long weave and straight hair walk past them. And when they're ready in their bedroom and they want to touch their woman's, or wherever they're doing it, their woman's hair, they like the feel of this, almost like stroking a cat, right? Fur. They like this soft, silky type hair. They're not so interested in our Black hair. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. We've got beautiful lips, we've got beautiful hips. We have a lot of things going for us. We don't have to have everything going for us. I can live with it. I'm comfortable in myself enough. And I don't feel that I must be banned from having my hair straightened, whether it's by chemical or pressing it because it looks white. Nah, I can do what I want with my hair. And in fact, the fact that I can change my hairstyle every day and have it look straight one day, the next day really curly, always used to confuse people. at school, at college, or whatever. Always used to confuse them. But as a Black woman, I can do that, and I'm happy with that. I think really it's a bit narrow to talk about weaves and stuff. You can talk about weaves, you don't like weaves. Yeah, as a man, if you don't like weaves and your woman's hair, yeah, I can understand that. But don't say it has to do with blackness.
Yeah. Can I just say
I think you're
on
sending the wrong message, but yeah, go on.
Can I follow on from that, Auntie Marie, that as Black women, our expression has always been in the way we are able to be versatile with our beauty, with our hair, with how we dress.
Yeah.
And there's no other race as a woman, no other race that could do what we could do with our hair, as Auntie Marie says, straight, curly, curl, this one. They're white and shiny people that would want to get a particular style, and no matter how, put braids in the hair, and it can't work. We are the only ones that could do the plethora of options available in terms of styles. It could be done only with our hair, seamlessly, naturally, without a fuss. So why not allow us to be as creative as we want to be, you know?
If you guys want to defend weaves, cool, fine, defend weaves. I'm not defending it.
No,
listen, hold on.
But that is Afrocentric.
Janelle,
historically, that is an expression of African women. How we do our hair.
You are entitled to your opinion. I grew up in Africa. I was born and raised in Africa. I did not grow up. Janelle Star. I did not grow up with Black women wearing weaves. So I don't listen. If you guys want to support it, if you guys want to be creative as you like. I don't support it. I don't like it. End of. That's my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, but do you think it's right?
He's entitled to it. He's entitled to it, just like you ladies.
Am I entitled to my opinion? Am I?
Yeah, but do you think it's right?
There you go. That's it, isn't it? That's it.
Nelson, your wife go out and she come back with a flawless, you understand, 42-inch, sleek, hot press, and she do so.
She's not allowed that nonsense either.
Tell me. A ponytail much less. You say, hold on to that, baby.
She's not allowed that.
What are you gonna do?
She's not allowed that nonsense either. She's not allowed that nonsense.
He's going to put her out the house. She'll take it out.
She's not allowed to take it out.
There won't be no pull it, because remember, Nelson says that he believes that woman should be pleasuring the man, not the man. So he won't be
I didn't hear that, Rachel. Go ahead.
You don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
You don't hear that. You don't hear that.
Reinforcing.
Right. Listen, I'm going to quickly go on to some of these comments, right? So,
here we go. Nelson, we hate you. Just read that. Nelson, we hate you.
Listen, I'm sure nobody hates you on the panel. Not on the panel, on the comments. Do anybody hate Nelson? If you hate Nelson, please
some time to think about it.
Yeah, put a blue tick. If you love Nelson, please put a heart. And if you think Nelson's funny,
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
So far, I ain't even got nothing. But anyway,
Nelson for president.
Right. So, this is what I'm gonna say. Right. So here we go. Someone said it's some men buy their women Peruvian chatbot. So enough man them is buying woman that you know what I mean. And Amani said self-hate is deeper than hair. And then also Nadine would like to ask you a question.
True.
Does weave mean you don't embrace your blackness? That's going to you, Nelson.
Yes.
Right. That's going
to
Nelson.
Creativity.
That's exactly what it means.
It means that so is that the answer? I need to hear that question.
Listen.
No, I just said, can you answer the question so I can say that?
I can answer the question.
So does weave mean you don't embrace your blackness?
Let me tell you something. If you try something one day and it come and you just trying it for the sake of trying it because it's fashion, that's one thing. And then you go back to your normal hair, normal natural hair, that's one thing. But if you've got it on for an entire year, 2 years, to me that's what that means.
Okay, well, you've got Somebody,
my opinion, innit? It's my opinion, innit?
someone said
I'm entitled.
things,
I'm entitled to have my
things,
opinion.
things have
Right?
changed a lot in Africa since you left when you was a child.
It must have
Yeah, I
been when
know.
the devil was a boy.
Yeah, I know. I just spoke to my cousin the other day on video, you joker, about things have changed. I know exactly what's going on in Angola at all times. Get
So
out of here, man.
people are wearing weaves now, isn't it?
People are wearing weaves. Didn't I send you a video of my family, Rachel? Did
Yes.
anyone look like they were wearing weaves?
I can't
So
remember.
They were doing a
Nelson,
traditional dance on a wedding. Who was wearing the weave? Maybe one or two.
Nelson,
You never know. Yeah, things have changed. Of course, things are changing. It's becoming more westernized. It's becoming more European. Yes, it's a fact. Why? Because the Western culture is the popular culture, and it gets transported around the world.
Okay,
Yes,
so
you're
if
right about that.
someone asked you, what if the person wants to have an afro weave?
The hell is that? What's wrong with an afro?
No, but I was talking about a weave, which is an afro.
Like
Afro hair, so it looks like our hair, afro hair.
Yo, when I came to this country, I had a whole afro.
No,
like
but I wasn't asking if you had an afro. Answer the question. Someone's
I don't know
asked,
what afro weave is, Rachel.
meaning by if
that
say
is an
for
afro.
instance, you know what afro looks like, so
Yeah,
you
I
can
do,
get your
yeah.
hair weaved to make it look like an afro. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, do that.
Is that acceptable?
Until you get the real afro. Yeah, do that.
Is that acceptable? Would you accept that?
No, just
That's
let it
not
grow,
so.
man.
Okay, so it's not embracing your blackness. Wait there. So you're not embracing your blackness if you have a weave that looks like your own hair, which is an afro.
Yeah, if you're using it for the purposes of growing your own hair while it's still growing, yeah, cool.
well, some people say I never get thick enough.
So
Is that
that's
what
what I'm
some
talking
people say?
about. But that's what I
I
said.
don't know what some people say.
Are you still embracing? I just need to get this out here. Are you
Yeah,
still embracing
if you're
your
doing
blackness?
it for those intentions, yeah, you are.
No, I'm talking about no. If somebody just wants to have a style as an afro, say for instance, everyone on this panel has got natural hair, which is an afro. If everyone decide, like the women on the panel decided to weave their hair, instead of having it weave straight like Janelle's, they wanted to have an afro weave instead. So their hair had afro hair. Does that mean that you're not embracing your blackness if you got afro hair weave?
Or fro lock?
I think you embrace your blackness when you actually grow your hair and you just have your hair.
No, that's not the question I asked.
Oh,
because you said
no, that's not,
you said
not,
that
not.
you said that wearing weave is not embracing your blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've asked you a question. If you have afro hair,
you're not
weaved
embracing your
into your
blackness.
hair,
Then that's my final answer. You're not embracing your blackness.
so you're
There you
not
go.
embracing your blackness if you have hair that looks like your own hair weaved into.
Facts.
Okay, next question I'm going to ask you. Also, so a lot of
Why is it always me? Why is it always me? Why not mine?
It's not always you because
you love it, mate. You love it.
Wait there, hold
Is
up.
that Shakira?
Listen, I'm asking the question.
What are you doing?
One and only.
Wait there, I'm asking the question, please. Right? A lot of African ladies, because you call it Ghana braids, Ghana twists, yeah? Even when I get my hair retwisted, when I go and get my hair retwisted, I go to get it done by Nigerian ladies. When I used to have my hair years ago in twist, Ghana twist, the Ghana ladies used to twist my hair for me. So I'm sure every lady who's listening right now has had their hair in braids. Nelson, you've disappeared. I want to look in your face while I chat to you. Right, because this question is going to you.
Hold on. Yes,
this question is going to you, right? So are you telling me that all the women in Africa, because everyone in Africa, people go to Africa to go and get their hair braided, right? Are you telling me all those people who are doing that, because remember, it's extensions, it's false hair you're putting in your hair, synthetic hair to make your hair into black.
All of them are not embracing their blackness, yes.
They're not embracing their blackness. Okay, people, just to let everybody know, if you got your hair in braids, all those kind of styles, even though even the native, I've seen people who have not even changed their culture.
They're not embracing their black. Yeah, they're not
bring up
embracing
the
their
videos
blackness.
who have not even been in touch with
They are not
internet
embracing
and
it.
everything like that. They use skins of animals and stuff to entwine their hair and do styles in their hair and plan it into their hair. Those people who are untouched, unlike us, who are not westernized, they're still not even embracing their blackness, and they haven't even been in touch with Europeans.
You can even take it further.
No. Rachel
About,
knows exactly what I'm talking about, but
no,
Rachel's
I don't.
trying to stretch it somewhere else.
Nelson, you're doing it again. Can
What
I
am I
say
doing
something,
again?
please, Nelson? Can I? Can I?
How
Thank
can I
you.
stop you?
Doing it on purpose now. Okay, so sort of history, ancient Egyptians and those pictures in the on the walls of their tombs and all over. The Black African women had their hair in braids.
Yeah, that's
And
decoration.
I'm sure
That's being creative with your hair. I'm not talking about that, and everyone knows I'm not talking about that.
No, we don't.
And the question is, when Bulgaria or another person, European, puts their hair in braids, are they then embracing their blackness?
Are they embracing their blackness?
I ask you this for the longest while, but go on.
I don't know. I just don't like black girls wearing weaves. That's it.
Oh, well, just say that then.
Oh, do you know what you guys? Do you know what you guys are doing? I'm trying to find an excuse to justify weaves.
No, we never said. I'm asking you a question about it. No, but
you're basically going all the way down to justify that. That's it.
African man, right? And the way how we learn how to look after our hair is from African traditions: cornrow, plaiting, braids. That's how you look after Black women's hair. If I never braided or looked after my hair, when you comb your hair every day, comb it out, comb it out, comb it out, it makes your hair dry. It makes your hair fall out. It's not good to do that. You have to put water in your hair quite a lot to keep it moist when you comb it, or else your hair falls out. You have to know how to treat Black hair, right? So at the end of the day, when people are putting their hair, the reason why people have had braids and stuff like that is to protect their hair from falling out.
So Rachel, do you agree with weaves?
I think if a woman wants to wear
especially
a weave,
what you want to do.
Rachel, do you agree?
Best way to protect your hair, cornrow it and cover it.
Do you agree? Do you agree with Western black women wearing weaves?
I agree with whatever somebody wants to do, because I've had my hair in weave, I've shaved off my hair, I've had my hair in all different styles. As I said, I've shaved off my hair. I've taken every grain of my hair off. And then I've also had that
wasn't one of your better looks, Rachel, I must admit.
Listen, shut up. Anyway, I shaved off all my hair. I love my hair bald. Thank you very much. Right? Was it when I've had my hair
all my day defending you against all your aunts and grandmas and everything.
Everyone was calling me gay because I shaved my hair. How pathetic.
Yes, but exactly.
Right, how ignorant and pathetic that I'm gay because I shaved my hair. Right, but as I was saying, I shaved all my hair off. I've also had my hair grown as an afro, you know what I mean, or just kept my hair. My hair is natural as it is. I haven't got no chemicals in my hair. And I've also had my hair in weave. I've had my hair in braids. I've had my hair in garnitures. I've had all different kind of styles in my hair. Christ's sake, I've even painted zebra patterns in my hair. So to me, I embrace, I love who I am. And just because I've had my hair in weave doesn't mean that I think that I'm any less of a Black woman. Thank you very much.
You know what, Rachel? I think Nelson would have loved the hairstyle you had when you had it bright red. Yeah.
Rachel, that's your hair, right?
Was it basically somebody has just said, is weave the fault? Is weave the fault of feminists too?
It's actually the fault of evolution. It's the very same thing that you guys are actually talking about that's influenced, gave birth to colorism, and it's what John basically described when he gave us a brief history lesson of how the light shade is made to look more beautiful than the black shade, and so on and so on. It's all rooted in that. So yeah, it's actually it comes from the concept of a superiority ideology, or we are better than you in every way possible. So it comes from that.
Somebody said, I don't think he likes women, period, which I will say that he does like women. Not saying he's gay, but the constantly has negative remarks regarding women. what I will say is.
So hold on. So I'm gay and I hate women.
I'm just
you
going
can't
to
make this shit up.
I'm just going to defend you on this one, right? Nelson has very strong views, which quite a lot of them I do not agree with, right? But I know Nelson personally, and he does like women, right? But I do not agree with a lot of the things that he comes out with. So that part I won't say.
There you go, on live, you've got it. There you go, on live.
Was it also, let me just go back through. It's not what's on your head, it's what's in it. I agree.
Exactly.
Was it, let me see what else. The way he talks about Black women, I don't think he likes us personally. This is bad. Okay, Nelson doesn't like weaves, that's okay. You don't have to like weaves, right?
Thank you.
As I said, everyone's got their own thing. Some people like weaves, some people don't like weaves. You know, I like being able to change my different styles of hair if I wanted to. I've gone through all different kind of phases in my life of what I've wanted to have. Let me see. Someone says, can a male who is mixed tell women, tell Black women how they should wear their hair?
Yeah, look. What's that? What's that? Colorism or racism?
Well, the problem is that's actually coming from.
What's that?
That's someone coming from somebody who's the same mix as you.
What does me being mixed race have to do with anything?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask the person who asked you, and that person is also.
I'm sure they're hearing it now. I'm sure they're hearing it now.
Isn't that just preference though? Isn't that? Isn't that
what can a mixed race? What? Say what?
Okay, so I'll ask Michael what you think about that. He says, do you think this is a bad comment? So someone made a comment and says, can a male who is mixed tell Black women how they should wear their hair?
I would just say that's a preference. He might just say, I think you're more attractive when your hair's worn a certain way. So I wouldn't see that as colorism. If it was a white guy saying something like that, then yeah, it might be.
Mike. Can a man who is mixed? What does me being mixed have to do with anything?
That's just a preference.
Now, if she said, can a man? If she said, what can a man say about a woman's hair? That'll be a different thing. Can a man that is mixed put in the color in there? We can't defend that.
Meaning, Nelson, a mixed
I don't care. It means racism and colorism. That's what it means.
Oh, hold on. We're talking hairisms now. Usually mixed race people have softer texture hair, right? So probably you might not understand what Rachel was talking about, the full scope of caring for Afro, tight curl 4C hair. There's different grades of hair. They've gone so far as to grade hair based on, the type of your curls. And if you have a really tight curl pattern, you can't keep your hair out in an Afro. It just doesn't happen. Shrinkage is an issue, drying, breakage,
Janelle, thanks for that. But I did grow up in Angola, Janelle. Yeah, I've seen it, Janelle. I've seen it. Yeah.
Listen, only
if you want to see it, if you really want to see it, go to Angola. You will see it.
And have to do hot cold
and they were still wearing their own hair.
Yeah, everybody's still wearing their own hair. Even when you wear weave, it's your own hair. You bought it, you paid for it.
But Nelson, actually, you don't know. Black women find it harder to keep their hair in Britain and Europe than they do in their own countries.
Chakra,
because of the climate,
come in and say something.
The water.
Well, he can come in on Black women here. Well, I mean, you have a ras, so you have a bit of an edge.
They keep picking on poor me. What is wrong with them? Mike, say something, Mike.
Mike have no hair. He cannot say anything.
I ain't got no hair, so I can't even talk. I ain't got no hair, so
that's an excuse, Mike. I'm sure you have your
on the road. No, on the road.
Don't you?
Okay.
But you know, I was actually like Nelson. Like, I didn't really like black women with weave because I just didn't like all that stuff on the pillows and in the kitchen and in the plate and all that stuff. But as I got older, I started to understand that that's just something that they have
Yes,
to do.
Mike. Yes, you're coming out. You're coming out, Mike. Yes, yes, yes.
It's
Mike,
everywhere. It's
yes.
everywhere. It's everywhere.
There's
You
hope.
know,
There's hope. Mike is coming out.
you know. But on the real, we're still talking about colorism, right? Not hairism. We're still talking about colorism.
It's so tied in together, bro. Trust
It's all
me.
coming together, mate, because of the question is, does weave mean you don't embrace your blackness? So basically everyone's talking about, so, you know, does it mean, do you think that, you know, if you got weave, does it mean you're not embracing your blackness, Mike? What do you think?
Rachel, they got pitchforks out for me now.
I'm
Please,
asking-
can we just move on to the next
No, I'm
subject?
asking, listen,
and
no,
hope-
because people want to hear from the other panel. So what's your thoughts on this, Mike?
No, like I said, from past experience, I didn't like it. But as I got older and I actually asked the sisters, why do you put that thing in your hair? They explained it to me and I kind of understood and I was like, well, it's true. All right, cool. You're wearing it to make your hair grow. You're wearing it because it's easier to manage. You're wearing it because it's easy to just up and go. So I kind of understood why they did that. But I still love my natural sisters. But either way, I'm happy.
Was it, you got, okay, what about you, Jean? What's your thoughts? I go to all
For
the
me,
manners then.
yeah, I'm not a fan of weaves. But what I would say though is, I personally don't think it is really a reflection on if someone's blackness. I'll tell you why. Because I've seen sisters with the most natural hairdos out here that would not even consider dating black men. In fact, a lot of these so-called swirler, diverse types are the most Afrocentric looking. Yeah, we just got a video of a sister with weave literally shutting down the whole restaurant for racism. So there are sisters with weave that I consider to be pro-black. And you know, if it came down to it, they're out there on the front line doing what I consider pro-black activities, which is standing up for advocating and defending the black community. And then you get these other swirler types, sellouts with the biggest afro in the world out here making all types of derogatory statements about black men. So that's the reason why I don't really assign it to blackness. But in terms of my own preference, no, I don't really like weaves. I rather a beautiful black natural hairdo woman.
Was it Rachel said, however, I do ask, I get weave is protective style, but why generally is it of our hair, was it phonotype that is not generally our own? And then I'd say I'll go to Shakira. What's your view on that?
Yeah, Shakira, what's your view?
I just want to point out, first of all, that this is the first time that my brother Nelson is actually inviting me to comment. You know what I'm saying? I feel privileged.
Don't worry, he's going to stop you partway through, so you're going to have to really. Yeah. You're not going to get your feelings out.
I feel the love. I feel the love. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm typical of an Afrocentric so-called in this regard. I celebrate natural hair on black men and women and children. I was raised by women who actively rejected perm and weave as an expression of being indoctrinated into a Eurocentric beauty standard, and affirmed and embraced their natural hair after, you know, going through certain processes. Yeah, those are the women that raised me, and I feel like everybody can speak to their individual experience, but I do think it's important for us to acknowledge that as black people, as a community, we have gone through and have manifested certain dynamics that are commonly referred to as self-hatred in relation to our phenotype, in relation to our nose, in relation to our lips, in relation to our skin color, and in relation to our hair. And I don't think that we can erase that and just replace that with an individual choice. I remember when women with natural hair did not feel embraced, did not feel loved, and felt that women that manifested or expressed more what we refer to as Eurocentric styles of beauty, i.e. perm and weave, were celebrated. That I remember stories from my mother generation whereby when they went natural, they lost a lot of male interest, right? So it wasn't that long ago whereby the thing was reversed. And whereas a lot of those women who went natural, the reverse dynamic of that was men who celebrated the beauty of the natural woman. Yeah. At some point, I think this changed, whereby the emphasis became less affirming natural beauty, and it became the emphasis on cussing and bunning up weave. They're not the same thing. Yeah. So yeah, whereas I'm not really into the weave thing, but my not into the weave thing is less about anti-weavism and more about pro-naturalism, right? Just see what I'm saying? Especially because of the experience that we've been through as Black people, as African people. I think we need to be honest, yeah, that about the dynamics and the history and the fact that, yeah, a lot of our previous generations were indoctrinated into a mindset that we believed that our hair was ugly. And even these concepts of being hard to manage, and then I have problems with those concepts. There's a saying that our hair is not hard to manage, just stop doing stuff that it's not designed to do with it, if that makes sense. Something like that it says, yeah. And I think that is the long and short of it. Finally, I'll say this. There's a lot of I've got an 18-year-old daughter, and I see how these dynamics play out with her and her friends there. And I find that even because remember, there's been a natural hair movement in the last 10, 20 years. Why is it that Black people needed a natural hair movement? It was because natural hair was not the norm. I remember sitting with my family one time, right, and BET was on for hours, and we was watching it in the background. And at some point, we reflected and said, you know what? We've been watching this thing for 4 or 5 hours, and we haven't seen one woman with a natural hairstyle, yeah, in any of the programming. There's something wrong with that, as far as I'm concerned. That we've got to a point, we had got to a point whereby it was unusual to see our women in particular wearing their hair how it comes out of their head.
Well, look at EastEnders. Look at
yes, Shakara. Yes.
What do you mean? So I don't watch EastEnders, so I don't know what
I don't watch it either, but I saw a clip. I've been in someone's house and they had wigs on, and I saw the wigs in there. I was surprised.
There's hope. There's hope. There's hope.
I feel like, but at the same time, there is even that with women who do wear natural hair. Sometimes I come across this dynamic whereby when it comes to certain things, they have to have a weave on, right? So if it's a wedding, they can't wear their natural hair to the wedding, yeah? And if it's anything, that is celebratory, that you have to dress up for, that's where the weave comes out. And the other dynamic, I've seen it whereby capacity to weave and perm is seen as a sign of maturity, it's womanhood. So like natural hairstyles are seen as hairstyles for children. This is what I'm saying. I've seen that dynamic also. So I'm saying that all of these things are things that we have to
find the prosperity as well.
And it's not about cussing. It's not, for me, it's not about cussing people and condemning people. It's just about understanding the varying different dynamics that exist among
Shakara, well said.
I'm going to quickly go. Can I just quickly go to wait?
I respect everyone's choice in that regard. You're entitled to your choice in your decisions.
I'm just going to.
But
yes, Shakara, well said, Shakara, well said.
I was going to cut you off.
Thank you very much, Reverend Nelson. I appreciate it.
Come on. There's hope for you. There's hope for you.
I just want to quickly say, actually can't believe it. It's the first time I've ever seen Shakara, right, and Nelson actually agree on anything and actually smile at each other and be nice about cussing each other. I'm actually in shock.
Hope.
Right now.
Wait
there. I think I need to pinch myself. Wait there. Is anyone on drugs today or something? Because this is not even normal. I've never seen this before.
I agree.
But this is good. There's something happening.
Definitely hope. There's definitely hope for Shakara.
There is actually hope there. No, I'm just going to go on to some of the.
Wanted to ask.
Hold on. Can I finish? I just want to quickly go on to some of the comments here.
No.
I think it's still. I think it's still the same now. Men say they prefer natural sisters, but they choose a Kadashi. Yeah, I love Hannah. Hannah, you're giving me jokes all day today, right? You've got also someone saying, Rachel Adele, I had my first experience of that at 15 on a career week at secondary school. I decided to wear my hair out. A white woman who was doing mock interview with me pulled a comment. Was the first time I was embarrassed. So people get embarrassed about their hairstyles. What's it actually? If I read the first bit of what it's supposed to have said, what she replied to, I didn't read that bit. I apologize. I'm going backwards. It's not because we don't embrace our blackness, but many times we've been told Afro hair isn't acceptable, professional, etc. It can be about assimilation, but often it's style and fashion too. Then you've got Joyce. I'm loving Joyce's comment. So it's okay for the full Black male panelists to express their preferences for natural hair. Then others, and we all respect that, but a mixed man stating his preference has no right to comment on the matter concerning Black women's hair. Laugh out loud, and the topic is colorism. Goes both ways. This is a joke.
I don't mind racism. I don't mind racism. I'm good with racism. I'm good with racism.
Can I finish the comment? Can I get that back out again? So it's okay for the full Black male panelists to express their preferences for natural hair than others, and we all respect that. But a mixed man stating his preferences has no right to comment on this matter concerning Black women's hair. Laugh out loud. And the topic is colorism. Goes both ways. This is a joke. Sorry, but Nelson said what he prefers. How anyone takes it is on them. Then you've also got Cece saying, Rachel Adele, I was saying earlier, type 4 hair is frowned upon a lot by some men, e.g. nappy head, picky head, and look for cookie hair is deemed better, right? Then you've got Amanda saying people can wear their hair naturally and then face further discrimination in the workplace or school, for example. So you do have lots of different opinions there, and it's true. I can say that when I've gone into work, I remember taking my hair out, walking into work with my hair in my natural state. All I've done was throw up my hair in a bun, and all of a sudden it was like, people didn't even know what to do. It was confusing because I had my own natural hair. So they preferred it if you have your hair in weave. I remember taking my hair out of weave and putting it in braids. And I had comments going, oh, I prefer your hair when it's straight, Rachel. I've had those comments, but I'm not saying that Black men don't get that kind of problem, right? But for when you've got short back and sides, it's completely different to the harassment that we get as women get, a discrimination that we get for our own natural hair, even just going to a job interview. I'm sure every woman who's listening to this knows what I'm talking about. In England, when you go on a job interview, if you're going there with your natural hair, a lot of women back in the day were getting discriminated. So what they did is try to fit in so that they could get the job. And then after they get the job, how many years later, then they start doing whatever they want to do because then they got rights and they can't kick them out of their role. A lot of women have done that, right? So it's also been to be able to feed themselves, to be able to do that. So the feminists can feed themselves.
Hey, quick question,
I'd like to comment on what Nelson had said about,
One second, I'm coming.
Shakara had said about natural hair and how when going on a special occasion, women who normally have their hair natural would put a weave on or, succumb to the usual. So what I would like to say is sort of a pet beef of mine. When Black people first say that they often were news reporters, for instance, and the only way the cameraman would photograph them was putting the camera right up their nose, emphasizing the breadth of their nose and the fullness of their lips, etc. The camera angles were terrible. And the light.
You're cutting up, Auntie Marie. You're cutting up.
Who's making that noise? Who's making that
Who's
noise?
making the noise in the background?
You're cutting up. You're cutting up, Auntie.
Was I?
No, I can hear you now.
I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Okay. So Nelson, I think you need to put on your mute. Mute your mic a minute. Thank
No,
you.
it's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
But it's
Well,
silent
someone-
now. I can't hear anything. Go on anyway.
Okay. So when it was like a protest against Black people, basically. And when the interviewer was interviewing someone important who was like white, you could tell that the interviewer was Black, not just by their voice, or maybe not by their voice, but by the look or expression in the interviewee's face, which was emphasized again by the cameraman. And now, even in Jamaica, I am seeing something similar to that with natural hair. When natural hair started to come onto the screen, onto our televisions, the lighting was atrocious. And so the tiny little curls and the subtleties of it was not seen. So all you saw was a big mass of a darkness there somewhere. Now, especially in adverts, you're seeing well-lit, well-composed pictures. And people are saying, yeah, natural hair looks good. And so because of the lack of skill, or we're still learning how to portray ourselves as Black people on media in a way that does justice to what we're really looking at, to the beauty that's being displayed, sometimes people just can't be bothered with that. They put on the makeup, they put on the false hair and go, you know, or go for the traditional thing, because they know that people aren't thinking properly yet, on the whole, about how these pictures are being taken, how we're being presented. Look on your television and see where there have been, or when you see us having natural hair, and consider to yourself if the lighting is, it might be fine for the Europeans there, but is it really doing any, is it complementing the Black people on the panel? I think some of it was racism. I mean, at the beginning, when Black people first came on television, it was clear racism, the way they were making us look grotesque. And I think it's a subtle form of that. If they, in this day and age, aren't lighting us properly, aren't filming us properly, so that again, our hair is seen as a problem.
But I think you're kind of making my point, Auntie, in the sense of the fact that we have to be honest about the dynamics that plays into the choices that we make about our hair. And bear in mind that this Black men are not immune from this whole context. It wasn't uncommon that long ago for Black men to straighten their hair, with the conk. And look at Miles Davis, not Miles Davis, sorry, any picture of Nat King Cole, like you had to present a certain way, and presentability in that context meant straightening your hair, right? As I think the comedian Paul Mooney said, when our hair is relaxed, white people relax, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Now,
when it's snappy, they ain't happy.
In February, it's interesting you mentioned Jamaica. In February of this year, there was a remembrance of the 25th anniversary of this incident, that took place in Jamaica regarding a woman by the name of Joan Andrea Hutchinson. She was a newscaster. She's also a poet and a kind of a cultural custodian, in Jamaica. Oh, yes. Also known as that bumpy-head girl, And the reason why she got the name that bumpy-head girl is because sometime in the late 90s, she came on the news with a style that we call Nubian knots, where we oftentimes call China bump, and it caused consternation throughout Jamaica people was phoning up the what's it called, the news agency, talking about, oh, the girl come on the TV with her ears so and all them something there. Yeah, it was a big issue. Yeah, a massive major issue. That this woman came on the television with a totally normal natural hairstyle, as far as that black people have been wearing from time immemorial, right? And so she wrote a poem about it called That Bumpy Girl. And you know, she does poetry and comedy to this day throughout the world. Yeah. But the only point I'm making is that we have to be honest about the reason why, yeah, locks and black and Afro are seen as Afrocentric and Black power symbolism is because people that adopted these hairstyles were expressly rejecting European standards of beauty. That's what they were doing, and affirming their naturalness. This is we can check the record, yeah. When these women, Rastaman did it, the Black power women did it. There's videos of them online and saying that, listen, yeah, we stopped wearing the conch, yeah, because we want to be ourselves and look like ourselves and free ourselves from Eurocentric standards of beauty. That's the reality, yeah. Now, does that mean that whenever a woman puts a weave in her hair, she's consciously thinking in the context of I want to look European? Not necessarily. Yeah, I would argue that a lot of the styles that women choose to wear their hair in, when they, I have sympathy for the braids thing and the extensions thing, you know, because, you know what I mean, there's different things that we can do with our hair. But it will be true to say that when I see a lot of weave hair styles, they do imitate ordinary styles that models wear, like models, and you know what I'm saying, that are generally seen in popular media and that kind of thing. And we know those industry standards have been dominated and developed in accordance with what is natural or what is considered normal for women other than Black women. So what Auntie Marie is talking about is the fact that we are now having to go through a process of being able to light ourselves and film ourselves in our natural hair, with our natural hair, and in accordance with our natural hairstyles, because we exist in a world that hasn't given us that privilege for a long period of time. And now we're doing that at the moment. And I just think that we have to be honest and reflective about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to use a different technique when you're filming natural hair, because, I mean, I'm not an expert, but I can see the difference between a well-lit, well-filmed natural hair person and someone who's just stuck there on the panel with everybody else, and his hair looks like a fog, or her hair looks like a, you know, I'm sure, because I know what the style should look like, you know, they could do better. Now, when I'm thinking...
Sorry, go on. Sorry, actually, go.
No, go on. I'll finish.
What I wanted to say was, when it comes to the male dynamic, though, like I was alluding to before, I think a lot of us as men spend more time talking about weave than we do talking about natural hair, and that is a part of the problem. Like oh, by the way, big up Lenny Henry, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get me? But at the same time, I feel like I feel like if we're gonna make the pro-Black argument, then we can't only be manifesting pro-Blackness in relation to hairstyles. Like it has to be deeper than that. Especially if as mandem, if we're critiquing the mandem for perpetuating Eurocentric standards of beauty, and in relation to the question whether you're not, what was it? If you're not embracing your Blackness, like Blackness goes beyond your hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? So if we as mandem are asking the mandem to project their hairstyle, to project their Blackness or embrace their Blackness, then it's incumbent upon us to embrace our Blackness beyond just asking the mandem to wear natural hair and to cut them weave. You know what I'm saying?
You hear that, Mike?
Yeah, but also, Auntie Marie, if say you see me today, right, I ain't got no hair, and then tomorrow I show up with a weave, would you be happy with that?
I think I prefer natural, you know.
Natural, yeah, yeah.
Mike, we'll tell you to take that weave off.
My life for makeup, because I prefer natural. That's just me. Now somebody else might prefer it differently. But coming back to this making a statement with your hair. I remember going into court once with this person. This judge is known for being extremely racist, and I had a race discrimination case to defend. So how did I wear my hair? Huge shiny bumps all over my head. And it's a 4-day trial. And I dared him say anything. It was fun.
You know what?
Tried to get him removed. Tried to get him removed from trying it.
You know what? I've got something important I want to say. You know what? One of our we've got Amani here who's going through something at work, and I think it's disgusting. You know, Amani is a lovely lady. You know, I'm gonna big her up as much as I can because I just want her food as well. Even though I love you, but I still want your food, Amani. But anyway, Amani said, I'm getting harassed at work because of my locks and my headscarf by management. Everyone always has something negative to say about Black women's hair, regardless if it's weave or natural. And you know what I mean? I understand that. It's because of a lot of people are, you know, men don't understand the pressure, as I just said it previously. You don't understand the pressures that we go through. And, you know, I know it's constantly feminist this, feminist that, feminist the other, but we go through a lot of things as well as men do. And as I said, if you want to be talking about pro-Black and stuff like that, you also have to understand our plight in the workplace. It might seem comical or funny. You know, I work in a male, you know, environment, dominated environment. You know, at the top, it's mostly men. Everything's mostly men, right? And not just working in a male environment, you also, the way how women are expected to conform in a certain way, you're also discriminated because we're women as well. So Black women also have to deal with discrimination because of our color and also discrimination because of we're women. And we have to also conform so we're able to get jobs. As this young lady, Amani, you know, wonderful lady, but because she embraces her natural hair, she gets harassment at work. And this is the kind of things that people are suffering. Now, if they want to feed their children, and it's since everyone keeps on talking about everyone's from a single parent home and they're feminist, well, if they want to, in their feminist homes, want to feed their children, they need to be able to go out to work. And sometimes, unfortunately, to feed the kids, they're conforming. And that's what's happening. So I understand lots of women would love to embrace their hair. And I remember growing up in school and people, when you had your hair natural, people would laugh at your hair. Not mine, but I saw people's hair, if it was curled, being laughed at. Even today, I hear the term picky head, yeah, or tough head, yeah, and all those kind of nasty terms which talk about Black people's hair. And imagine, as a female, hair is very, very important to us. So imagine if the stereotypes in our community, I've even heard it in born African places, shops, where people are doing hair, talking about people's hair is softer or tougher or whatever. And that's in the hair salon where women are supposed to feel free to undo their hair. To do their hair. So you have to also understand or be compassionate to women to understand the plight that they also have to go through just from day to day, just to be able to eat a food and be able to look after themselves. And also, it doesn't also help as well when you have a majority, well, not a full majority, but some men will chase women who have, she's got good hair. What is good hair? We're talking about women who have got
Indian hair,
mixed hair, Indian hair, whatever. You know what I mean? In some places it's offensive. In Caribbean, they'll say a word, I'm not going to say it. In Jamaica, they'll say one word for people who are mixed Indian, and it's not offensive. In Trinidad, it's offensive, so I would not repeat that. But it's the point where people say, oh, that person has that kind of hair, this, that, and the other. Oh, my girl's got this hair. She's got the good hair. Now imagine you've got loads of sisters who have got smaller, tighter, curled hair and being told that they're not as nice by Black men, by their own men who they look up to, and told that their hair isn't as nice because it isn't mixed with something else. That it hasn't got a tighter curl. It hasn't got a looser curl. Now, how do you think that feels to the person that we actually, you know, look up to, who want to be admired to be told that our hair isn't as beautiful as somebody's hair, which has got a bigger curl? So we're not even just getting it from society, we're also getting it from our own people as well. And somebody also asked and said, what happens with the one dropped rule? Let me just quickly see if I can find this comment. Question: since we've been talking about colorism, what is your view on the one drop rule? And should we regard mixed race people as black? And I class them as black. That's my thought of it. To me, that the mixed race people, or however mixed race people decide to say that how they feel, if they feel that they're black, if they feel that they're mixed, it doesn't bother me. To me, they're black people. It's however they feel comfortable to identify.
Well, hold on. Were they asking the entire panel if mixed race people are black?
This is the whole panel. This is the whole panel.
So they're asking everyone in the panel whether mixed race people are black.
Say goodbye. Nice being with you. Okay, next week maybe.
Auntie.
God spare my life.
I like the hat. I like the hat. I like the hat.
Well,
Nice.
the sun is setting, and I need to sort of shade
Listen, this
my
is what
eyes.
happens when people live in Jamaica and show off. Go on, Auntie. It's fine. It's fine, Auntie Marie.
I don't want the sun going in my eyes.
Listen, look at my auntie showing off, right? This is my blood auntie. You can see our names are the same. This is my blood auntie. Yeah, my auntie shows off for me on a regular basis. Look at her, her natural, lovely hair with her nice summer hat, getting out of her car, yeah, and swishing around, going to a yard, thinking that she's too nice. It's all right.
No, I have to go and pick something up. I'm sorry, folks. It's been lovely to be with you. Bye.
Bye, Auntie.
Bye.
Love you, Auntie. Bye. Yeah, so if I
so let's hear it. Let's hear it, people.
I want to go to the rest of the panel. I want to go to the rest of the panel, right? Because right. So, Chakra, what's your view on this, please?
Is Nelson black, Chakra?
Yeah. I think as a community, we've generally embraced mixed race people as a part of who we are. So I don't have a problem with that at all. I do think though, I was listening to, there's a brother by the name of Jared Ball who is also mixed race, Pan-Africanist activist in America, and he's done some research in the sense of the fact that there are people now trying to define mixed people outside of the context of black, but where this started to become a thing was in the 80s and the 90s, and it was an agenda pushed by the mothers, the white mothers of these mixed race children, to try to define them out of blackness for their own sake rather than the children's sake. So it's something I'm still looking into. This is what he said. I'm just sharing it because it came to my mind as you asked the question. So yeah.
Okay. I'll go to Michael on this one.
Well, let's spill the tea in it. I mean, I personally think anyone who's any shade or complexion originally is black. Even Caucasians, you know, they came from black. If you look at the whole thing, everyone's come from black. It's just different shades. It's only because we're dealing with colorism. We were taught colorism or taught to look at colorism. But if you take away complexion, we're all not obviously the same, but we have all differences. But it shouldn't be defining someone because of their color. But someone like Nelson, that's a brother. I wouldn't say I'll just say, yeah, he's mixed, but he's still a brother, same as a sister. I wouldn't define them any other way.
Okay, I'll go to Jean.
We had this discussion already, Nelson and I we established
Yeah, we did.
Because my thing is, I go with you know, if you identify yourself as a black person, that's absolutely fine with me. At the same token, if you identify yourself as white, then I'm going to go with that too. But yeah, I don't have a problem with Nelson. Nelson's a black African man, isn't it? You don't see the beard, the nappy, picky beard.
Amani said, white people not the same as black people, Mike's. And you've got Colin that's just said, was it so from the concept, colorism cannot be racist. And V said, even white people, sorry, Caucasian. And then you've also got, actually, I'm not even gonna say the term what Prin said. I love you very much, Prin, but I can't say that word. It's not a right word to say.
Mulatto.
I'm not even going to repeat it. It's just like I wouldn't repeat a word which is racist against anyone, or rude. Like even when I was going to say what people in Jamaica, it's a normal word for people to say if somebody was half Indian, they would say a certain word. But you've got people who are from, like I said, you've got Janelle who's Trinidadian, where in her country that's offensive, and I wouldn't never say that. So that's where I'm at with that. Anyway, people, do you think that it's a woman's job? Because of this came up in a group. Was it DJ Khaled? I'm confused. DJ Khaled said, right, that he will not go down on his missus, right? He's supposed to basically, you know, she's supposed to please him. Do you believe on this panel that a woman's supposed to please a man, or would you accept if a man refused to go down on you, but you must obviously please him continuously? Please, commenters, I would like to know. And
Shaka, you go first.
No, yeah, when you put it on the Rasta, you know, Rasta don't deal with certain conversation, you know, what you deal with? Go ahead.
They eat pork, you know. They don't yam pork.
Rasta don't deal with certain conversation.
Go, Shaka, lead the way, bro.
Go on.
No, I don't lead no way when it comes to them things there, you know. I don't lead no way, you know. Yeah, no, I don't. Nah, it's a contradiction. I don't understand what the man is saying, but you know,
Yeah, you do.
It don't make no sense to me. I guess he feels that pleasuring his woman in that kind of way is an act of submission, and he doesn't want to subject himself to that kind of thing. I think it's a contradiction in terms. You know, I think if a man expects to receive, then you know he should also expect to give.
What are you trying to say, Shaka?
Me just I say if a man expect to receive, he should expect to give. That's hard me I say. You know what I mean?
Is that what you're trying to say?
And I just hit that, you know? Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah,
so what was that? So basically you believe that it goes both ways, or you believe it only goes one way?
No. If it's going, it should go both ways, as far as I'm concerned. You know, if it's going, it should go both ways.
Right.
Yeah, well, I say that. I say that it should, but not everybody. You know, like not everybody even enjoys that kind of vibration anyway. So if you're with somebody who enjoys and you don't, and they don't get to you, then that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the dynamic. But I'm just saying that it's an imbalance to say, well, yeah, I expect it, but I don't get it. That's
okay. Okay, so Chakra, so if a woman said that, you know, made, you know what I mean, like say it was...
I pushed the water still enough. Rachel, I pushed the water still enough.
No, I'm just saying, a woman said that only, like, you was the one.
No.
So basically, if you was the only, like... Wait. No, so hold on. Basically, wait. So basically, if it was a point where you was the only one who's pleasuring the woman, and she said that she refuses to do it to you, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
No, I consider it selfish, but this is what I'm trying to say.
No, I know you consider it selfish, but what would you do?
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, as a man, like that's not my big thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So if a woman says she don't want to do it, it's not going to be a thing for man. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And it's not going to be.
I never asked that. I asked that if you did that to her, and she refused to do that to you.
No, if she refused, then you know what I'm saying. But I consider it to be an imbalance of sorts. But I'm saying because it's not a big thing for me, I don't require it. Like,
so basically, you wouldn't mind if it was one-sided, basically.
so I'm saying that if it's a refusal, then the thing for me would not be whether I receive it or not. It will be the reason behind the refusal. If that makes sense.
If she just says that that's not her thing, she doesn't like it, but she still likes to maintain you doing it.
Yeah, we're in balance. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but it's not a must for me. So if we have a conversation, we work out what everybody likes and what they don't like. Everything bless. You get me?
Yeah, no, but you still didn't answer me. You still didn't answer me. If it was a thing where that was a thing which you said.
And Nelson's enjoying this a bit too much at the moment. I don't feel comfortable with it.
I'll tell you where I stand with this, Rachel. Right? I remember growing up and people were labeling it as you're a vulture if you go down there. So that already put me off from a younger age. Like, well, I don't want to be a bowcat.
No way.
But I see, I'm kind of like with chakra. I just think it depends what your preference is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And like me personally, I think you just can't be in the mood. You just got, I don't know. It's not something I would want to do. So I can't understand where DJ Khaled is coming from. At the same time, it is a bit of a selfish act. Like, why is it okay for you to receive, but then you don't want to give? So yeah, it is a bit of a selfish act, and I just think I think that's just a touchy subject, to be honest. Not everyone wants to admit that they go downtown or they like skating. Who knows?
Well,
skating.
Well, hold on, wait there. The Dean said, Rachel McIntyre, I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman wanting to please a man. What I didn't like in the article, he demands it shouldn't making love / sex be for both parties to enjoy. I agree. And Cece said, what if she puts your favorite cake on it?
It's got to be the honey.
Right, so I am going to go to Nelson.
What do you want, Rachel?
Your turn now.
Nelson, so you said, I remember I saw in the comment you said, was it you would not, a woman supposed to only please a man, so you technically like DJ Khaled. You look kind of similar, right? So you both got the beard and thing. Yeah,
wow.
Understand? You're both tall.
Really, Rachel?
You're both tall, yeah. So what may I try for say now?
He's not tall.
All right, well, he looks tall, but anyway, DJ Khaled / Nelson, right? Are you DJ Khaled? Was it? No. Are you
another one?
And another one, right? Are you saying, yeah, that you because you said that you don't believe that you should please a woman, that a woman should only please you. So that means you're like DJ Khaled.
First of all, I don't listen to DJ Khaled's music. Let's just start there.
I never said that you did, but I just said that your views.
Okay. Second of all, I'm in complete agreement with DJ Khaled on this on what he stated. He's absolutely right. It's a woman's job to pleasure the man. It's not a man's job to pleasure the woman. I'm in complete agreement with that. Now, having said that, before I explain what that means, before you all get triggered, as usual, typical, before you all get triggered, okay, what a man decides to do in the bedroom, it's up to him, okay? Now, when I say it's a woman's job to please the man, where am I coming from? I'm coming from the fact that
any way you want to, it
women are the more sexual being. Women control access to sex. Okay, these are the two main reasons why it's a woman's job to please the man. A man's job, when I say a woman is the sexual being, this is what I mean. Madam, when was the last time you got a pedicure? When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and really spent half an hour, 45 minutes trying to do your hair? Mike, you ain't got no hair. When was the last time we don't pay attention to our appearance like that. We are not like that. A woman is, because her value it's in her beauty and her sexuality. So what that means is it's a woman's job to please the man. A man's job is to protect, provide, and lead. That's his job. So if you think I'm going to be, after, going out there, risking my life, all types, and coming home, and then I have to work. No wonder why guys these days are like, what do they call them? Metrosexual. They now do their nails and they've got tight jeans and all of that. They're becoming more and more feminine. So it's a woman's job to please the man sexually. End of. So what she has to do is please me.
Wait, hold on. So basically,
now,
hold on. So
if a man chooses, what a man chooses to do in the bedroom with his wife, that's a whole different story. But it's a woman's job to please the man.
Okay, can I ask you a question then? So Nelson, so it's a woman's job to please the man. So that means that if, the woman doesn't get satisfied, is that just her business? At the end of the day, it's all about the man.
What do you mean get satisfied? Get satisfied with what?
So basically, a woman isn't supposed to be satisfied sexually. It's only for the man to be satisfied. Sexually? Yeah. So basically, you're saying that a woman only supposed to please a man. So at the end of the result, you actually climax and you bust a nut. So you telling me that a woman?
It's not a man's job to make a woman bust a nut.
Rachel, you said satisfy the woman, yeah, and the bedroom looked confused.
It's facts, though, man. It's facts. Everything I'm spitting is facts.
Like satisfaction, woman.
So basically, Nelson, if it takes 1 minute, it's cool. That's it. No foreplay. So I'm talking about, so there's no foreplay, no nothing apart from only foreplay done to yourself.
Yo, what did Bernie Mac say? 3 minutes. That's all you're getting. No, I'm joking. Listen, if you know Bernie Mac, listen. It's the woman is the sexual being. It's her job to please the man. That says nothing about what a man decides to do in the bedroom and how hard a man wants to go or whether or not he wants to work and whatnot. But I don't think it's a man's job to make a woman come. Does a woman, for example, if a woman comes or not, she should be able to enjoy sex just as much as I enjoy sex. So why am I? Listen, guys, do you come whether she does something special or not? Yes, you do, because you enjoy sex and you actually like sex. So I'm not going to be doing fucking somersaults in the bedroom to make you come. If you don't come, you don't come. That's on you. I like sex. I enjoy sex. I'm going to have sex. I'm going to come. You don't. Hey, tough.
Okay.
Boy.
What's your opinion on that, Jean?
I'm on you.
No, you're not.
I'm going to go to. I'm actually tired, so I'm going to be going after this comment. But yeah,
that's what the women them say. That's what the women say. I'm tired.
I know. I'm getting old,
bro. You're stuttering.
I'm getting old. But so the first thing, I ain't gonna talk about what I do in the bedroom, so I ain't gonna break you. That game not working on me. I don't reveal my secrets. So but in terms of in terms of like women, so in terms of being like, if we look at what is attracted to men are more visual, isn't it? So women know that. So in the I guess you call mating ritual between men and women, it's usually the women that physically exude sexuality more than the man. There's enticement there, a law, I think is the word. So women understand that to get the best out of a man, they have, well, not all women do, the smart ones do, know that to get the best out of a man, you kind of have to, you have to kind of do certain things that a man won't have to do. So you may have to dress up, you may want to dress up a certain way. You may want to, do certain things, certain ritualistic mating ritualistic moves. So there's dancing, there's things that women can do, which in that particular scenario, the man isn't doing anything. He's just observing what's happening. And that's part of the mating ritual. A man is not going to come into the house and start dancing and winding up himself. I don't know who does that here. I suspect some people might.
Shakara. I confess, I certainly do wine. You know,
no name calling. No name calling. No name calling.
That's not really.
Shakra used to be a dancer back in the day.
I'm known to wine and all these things. I can't lie.
He's known for that.
I mean, yeah.
He's known for that.
So yeah, there's a different way that men and women respond. You know, they engage with each other in a different way, and women usually are. I've got as they say feminism. Your femininity is your superpower. Women's femininity is your superpower.
You love the word as well. I was going to say, that's why it slipped off your tongue so easily. I just wanted to say. So hold on.
Femininity.
Well, both are actually, but femininity is also a superpower. So if women understand that, they understand that, yeah, you will have to be maybe the enticer or the initiator in some instances to get the best out of a man. So in that instance, I can see what Nelson's saying.
Let me just say one thing, right? Was it men a lot of the time instigate sex? They do, right? Every woman can say that when they want to lie down in their bed and go to sleep, the man will hitch up underneath them, forget a little something. Yeah? So the man is instigating that. Yeah? Next minute now you feel a juk. Next minute you start to do something when you're fast asleep in your sleep. Right? Every woman can tell you that. So a man is instigating them thing all the time. When your eye them open, yeah, that's it. It's like ready for go. Right. Now, Sean, what I asked you what the question was, do you believe that it's only the woman that's supposed to satisfy the man? So basically, are you telling me that the woman's only supposed to please you and you don't turn the woman on? And as Nelson said, it doesn't matter if she comes or not. So would you be happy if a woman did not, if you never satisfied her as well?
No.
Why?
I wouldn't be happy.
Why?
Because for me, if I'm getting into if we're being intimate, a woman's enjoyment is key to me enjoying myself. So I'm not one of those people that could just have a woman mute and lying there and I don't not get any sense of her enjoying herself. That's dead. You know, you want to feel that, you know, you're both in it together and you're both enjoying the moment. So yeah, I would like to sense that a woman is enjoying it. What the hell are we doing here? What am I doing? That ain't happening. Well, I mean,
Janelle,
you know what I mean?
What's your take on this?
Yeah, because people want to hear your take on this, Janelle.
Janelle agrees with me.
Nelson, I'm sure there are young women out there that have decided to be abstinent by your comments. No. I think we need to consider look at DJ Khaled and not being funny or anything like that. Probably he physically it's not possible for him to go down there, you know, he's got a big belly.
Sign language, come on.
That, you know,
it may be physically difficult for him and uncomfortable for him. That might be the reason. I don't know, but I mean, it's all about you can't get the best out of a woman, and you can't get a woman to be as sensual and as, you know, sexual as you want her to be if she thinks she's getting, you know, a raw deal. If it's just like a wham bam, you know, you ain't gonna get the best. It's not gonna be,
that is true.
For me, it's not gonna be enjoyable. Be like,
someone said, imagine, was it the dryness literally?
I know. You know?
That's why you got
no, it's funny to me though.
Well, someone said, bet KY Vaseline is a ring.
I know. It's like, no, if you're doing it, you want to feel turned on, you want to be enticed, and you go with the flow. I don't think you have to do this or you have to do that. It's whatever's in the moment, surprise me, man.
So now nothing off the table, yeah?
Hey, that surprising comment came from somewhere deep, like.
Nothing is off the table, yeah?
Well, listen, people saying that if people gonna do that and don't care about pleasing the woman, that's how they get horned.
Aye.
There's a song that says if you have a good girl, if you forgive her, and if you don't, you have a share her. You know what I mean? But the funny thing is, cause we talk about submission on this panel and this group a lot, yeah. And in my humble experience, it's not saying anything deep here, but one thing I learned early in my development, yeah, in relationships as a man, is that a woman can get very cooperative, yeah, when you lay down the good thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you drop the serious
good thing there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you lay it down proper, yeah, there's a certain level of, cooperation that you inspire in a woman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, it appears to me the key to submission is laying it down proper. See? So yeah.
Laying the pipe.
Yeah.
The piss pipe, you know what I mean?
He remembers what happened to Michael Douglas. Didn't he get cancer in the throat?
Oh, come on.
Listen.
Remember, he had to go to hospital and everything. He had to go to hospital and everything, man. He was mashed up. He got cancer in the throat.
Remember, this is the video. This is the video. I'm not gonna put the person's name. Actually, let me flip on like this.
Come on,
yeah?
man. No Pornhub in there.
Remember, this is what was posted in the group today. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Now you see that video is a demonstration.
Can I just say something? And the person that posted that video, can I just say that was done as a mistake? As I said, I asked the brother for some Spanish lessons. Spanish education. I said, can I have a Spanish educational video? And that's what the brother sent me. After after the 20th time of watching, I still can't speak Spanish.
Listen, okay.
Did you understand what she was saying, though? That's the question. Did you understand what she was saying?
I'm getting there. I've got to watch it a few more times to kind of clarify exactly what's being said.
Can I just say, though?
Which I do before going to bed.
But to be honest, right? That video, some people need to understand.
The body language.
Finesse.
The body language.
Some sort of
body language. You got to read the body language.
Janelle, you're right. Janelle, you're right. I don't know what she's saying, but you're right.
Demonstrate why whining, the art of whining is very important. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, Janelle.
You know what I mean?
Listen, you have an hour for wine, man. Listen, it's about you have to have the proper technique. Listen, there's women watching this. Girls, ladies, please tell the man them. It ain't just about
No,
yeah?
please.
You know what I mean? And people like to be warmed up. Am I right, ladies? Right? If you're talking about, the woman just supposed to please the man, give him fellatio, like Khalid said, and that's it. And he's supposed to just give her 2 beat, and then it's like, that's it, roll on. Yeah? Please, ladies, please tell the man them, it's not a negotiation. You're supposed to warm up the woman. It's supposed to make her feel good. And remember, a high percentage of women, only come through, foreplay? Not
Can I ask something, Rachel? Rachel, can I just say something quickly on this serious topic here? So this caliber, this DJ, and this isn't me being anti-Islam or Muslim, but this guy is a Muslim, yeah? And we know within that faith there is a little bit of a stigma around women and sex, to the point where sometimes they even will remove the woman's, you know what. Yeah, so I think we should factor that in with his statement there, because I think there may be a bit of his religion coming through with that kind of mindset.
But then Nelson's a Christian and he believes in similar things.
Nelson's winding you all up, as I told you in the post.
Listen, Nelson, I asked you, swear, I said, in God's name, are you telling me the truth? Is this the truth? And you said, you're telling me the truth.
This is the truth. This is the truth, Rachel.
Well, that's it. You said it's the truth, so that's his business.
Right.
Listen, I don't get involved in minding it.
It's a woman's. It's a woman. Now, what I said was whether what a man chooses to do in the bedroom, that's his choice. That's his what do you call it, predicament. Now, whose job it is? It's the woman's job. She's the most sexual being.
If first of all, you're calling it a job. If it is, you're calling it a job, then you need to pay me accordingly. Is it a job?
Ain't no one paying nothing. My protection pays you. My provision pays you. My leadership pays you. Now, have you ever seen those rich guys, and there's like a few of them, and then you go all these girls.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night, bro. And you go all these girls dancing. You go all these girls doing what and what not. Loads of them and all of that. Have you ever seen that? Yeah. Women are the most sexual being. I'm sorry, it's their job to please the man. Now, if the man chooses to go down or do what he wants with the women, which a lot of men do, and he wants to do somersaults and he wants to climb the walls and he wants to, I don't know what else he wants to do. Yeah, then that's up to him. And I'm sure that's fine, but it's the woman's job to please the man. Yeah.
You said if you saw a rich guy with the women around, but what is their motivation? Yeah, so clearly he's a rich guy. They're motivated not by his finesse, but what reward they're getting from the finesse. But if we're in a relationship and you know, I don't think it's a job. I don't think you should be, but it's my job or it's my duty. No.
I mean, come on, Janelle. Look at the porn industry. Look at the entertainment industry. Look at the sex industry. It's mostly women that dominate those industries. Why? Because they don't want to see, people don't want to see man them doing all that. They will
in those industries, you've got rich men getting beaten by women. So it's just like the same thing we spoke about. It's the same thing we talked about. The same thing we spoke about last week with the hyenas. Don't let me have to bring the hyenas back into it. Yeah, the female hyenas have got penises. Yeah. Now you've got in the male industry, a lot of men like to dress up, as I put in the group, in little nappies and get dominated by women. They like to get beaten and slapped and so on.
Yeah, right? I can't. That's not most men, Rachel. That's the exception.
I never said it was most men. Did you hear me say most men?
We're not even talking extremes.
Most men go to Pornhub, to these places to watch women. We seriously, come on. There's industries of billion-dollar industries.
Porn doesn't reflect reality, as Amani said. It doesn't.
I never said it did. I'm talking about from the sexual. I'm talking about from a woman's sexual body standpoint. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about porn itself. Man, them go crazy for naked women and all of that.
Someone has just said it's a job. Is a job, not prostitution. This does not sound like a healthy.
It doesn't sound relational. I'm sorry, you can't say it's my job and it's my duty. If we're in a relationship and we're enjoying each other, then we need to do such. Enjoy each other, whatever.
Okay.
You know, whatever.
But you guys believe in 50-50 relationships. He doesn't. He believes in traditional relationships. He's not with that 50-50 nonsense. Yeah, you lot can go half in everything. But I'm sorry, he believes in 50-50 relationships don't work.
Maybe it's because I grew up on Shabba Ranks and Bounty Killer.
I think that's the reason why, bro.
You know what I mean? No, because I'm seeing it because, like, I'm seeing it as if we're talking about masculinity, yeah. Like, I grew up in a situation whereby the capacity to lay down the thing
Innit?
was
Mr. Lava Man.
of your manhood, yeah. That you know you have to deal with the situation. And this is a manifestation of your manhood, yeah. Your masculinity.
Listen, you know what it's like. Listen, Chakra.
When you're done, she gets up and cook you some food, innit?
That we say, yes, right.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, Chakra. You know what I'm talking about. Listen, if you deal with a girl proper, she know I left to all color outside the yard.
You know what I mean?
She's the one. She's the one who has to deal with you proper, Chakra. You got it backwards. She has to deal with you proper.
Listen, if I tell you now, all the women are laughing, yeah, and cussing up on the thing, yeah. I can't even read some of the comments. No, but I'm talking about no, it's nothing to do with typical. But I'm agreeing with if a man, yeah, ain't satisfying my something properly, I'm telling you now, it's not happening.
I feel the same way, Rachel. I feel the same way. That I put that same burden on a woman. If she ain't satisfying down here,
right, and this is what I'm trying to say. It goes both ways. He needs to be satisfied by me, and I need to satisfy him. It can't be a thing where he ain't getting no satisfaction and I'm not getting no. That's
you guys that believe in that 50-50.
This is the first time.
I believe in traditional ways, man.
This is the first time I've encountered a man who doesn't take pride in his ability to lay down the thing.
Like, I never said that.
Hold on. All right.
I never said that.
All right.
I never said any of that.
Maybe I've misread the situation, innit? Maybe I've misread. Right? But my thing, because I grew up like with the idea, and I've always said this, that the burden of performance, yeah, is on the man. Yeah. Like a lot of women.
No, it's not.
Honestly,
no, it's not.
No, for the
So hold on. You're telling me that you go out there. So you're telling me you go and you work hard, you come home, you do all of that, and then the burden of performance is still on you?
No, hold on. You're missing what I'm saying.
What does she do, bro?
Hold on.
What does she do?
Hold on. I'm not talking about. No, listen. I'm not talking about myself.
Cook you some frozen meal. Come on,
please listen. I'm not talking about myself personally. Innit? What I'm saying is that growing up here, that we like it was a thing whereby because we grew up with this idea of the 1 minute man, innit? And man that don't know how to do his thing and them kind of thing there. So there was it was like, and of course, based upon the fact that generally speaking, it takes more, yeah, to make a woman reach climax than it does a man. So the burden.
What do you mean it takes more? What do you mean it takes more? It takes more when?
I'm saying that generally speaking, men will climax easier than women.
What are you speaking from experience?
We should hope so. We should hope so.
Yeah.
So you're telling me from experience, it takes more for you to make a woman come.
Okay. Let's slow this down. I'm not talking about me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it takes more. What, an hour, 2 hours? How long you gonna be up in it?
Not talking in it. This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about before I became sexually active. Yeah, these are the things that was learnt from hearing sexual conversation among adults and them kind of things. There, right? Yes, I'm saying there's understandings that you develop here, and then you hear a lot of stories now about the idea of whether women are actually what's the word? Know how to pleasure a man because of the fact that the burden of performance is often on the men. So it's the man's job to explore the woman's body and so on and so forth. And whether women actually know how to walk, like in the sense of, doing anything other than presenting their genitalia, for service, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's basically what. Yeah, that's the narrative that she just has to lay there, and you have to do all the work to make. Bruv, allow that, bruv. Not in my world. That doesn't happen. She has to do the work, bro.
Well, first of all, if
let me lay here. I'm the prize, and I have to do all the work. Allow me, please.
Listen, here these people.
If you don't come when I come, that's it. You're done out here.
Well, if I don't come when you come, as might as well I just stay there.
Listen.
I don't care if you stay there or don't. If you don't come when I come, that means you didn't enjoy it. That means you didn't enjoy it. Exactly. It got nothing to do with me.
Man, I personally, I take more pride in my thing than that still, you know.
Bro, it sounds like you're doing all the work out here, bro.
He's basically trying to call you a simp. Are you trying to say he's a simp?
Work, I'll tell you that for free.
Are you trying to say, wait there, I want to ask you, Nelson, so you're trying to say that any man that tries to please a woman in that kind of way is like a simp?
Nah, I don't think it's right to call men simp just like that. It's disrespectful. But I do think that I do believe that men that think like that, they've been duped by society. They've been told that the woman is supposed to lie there and they'll do all the work and all of that. And if she doesn't come still after about an hour and a half, guess what? It's your fault. Allow it, bro. It's bullshit.
Right, hear this now. I'm gonna go to some of this, and these comments are they're killing me so much I can't even cope. Imagine every time your man comes to you, you can predict the dry 3 strokes you're gonna get. And then someone reply to that. Who said 3? He's on his back like a turtle playing dead.
So say look, he's doing a Ninja Turtle. He's just lying there.
Right. Right.
What was it?
Right. Huh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, if she ain't coming when you're coming, like, what's the point, bro? You get me?
Was it? That's really strange because a hell of a lot of
she's
men.
She's got to find a new idiot.
Basically, a hell of a lot of men like making love to women.
There's no romantic getaways with you, is there, Nelson?
It's like, how to ask any woman gonna enjoy sex from him? Oh Lord, was it? That's it. Nelson, don't even bother take off your clothes.
My days, it's like they didn't hear the part where I said it's the woman's job. It's the woman's job, not my job. It's the woman's job.
Oh my God, was it? What she does is no. I'm not gonna say that. Let me have a look. So I'm not. Oh my God.
Rachel's scared. Nah, I can't say that on live.
Hey, Nelson, I tell you what though, I pray for your wife, yeah. I really do. So I'm gonna pray for your wife, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about that. She's fine, bro.
You sure?
Fine.
Nah, it's good to pray.
She's fine, bro.
I'm gonna pray for her. I'm gonna pray for you too, by the way. I'm just saying.
Shakara, you don't believe in God to pray to anyone. What you talking?
I don't believe in her, and I know. You know, see, you get me? And I don't even knowledge. You know, I don't even knowledge. I don't even believe in her. I don't even knowledge.
You're gonna pray to the energy.
Listen. People
but you need energy to get into that groove, though. You need the energy.
I'm gonna pray that you find some energy, you know, find some ginseng, some strong back. You know,
it looks like you find way too much energy, bro. You shouldn't be up in there for 2 hours, fam. If she doesn't come, she's got a problem. There's a problem with her. The problem is not with you, Shakara. If she doesn't come half an hour, bro, she has a psychological problem. She needs to deal with that. She needs therapy.
Nelson.
Yes, Janelle, talk to me.
Listen, people are giving me jokes on here. Go on, Janelle. Can I say that again?
Do you know the concept of multiple orgasms?
Oh yes.
So when you come with a pop-up, what's the multiple in that equation? How the multiple happening?
What do you know about multiple orgasms, you know? Since you're asking.
Don't do that.
You're the one that brought it up. Go on, let's talk about it. What do you know about multiple?
I don't need to talk about experiences, man.
Trust me.
I know.
I'm different, you know. I'm different. Trust me.
Over here. I am
You're happy? You sure?
I'm very much sure. I'm asking.
All right, okay.
Because I'm not understanding.
According to Rachel, 60% of women apparently don't come through penetration. How much work are you guys doing out here?
I didn't even say percentage. I didn't say 60%. I just said.
Isn't it 60%?
I didn't even say 60%. I didn't say a percentage.
I apologize for misquoting.
I said a lot of women.
No, you like you done research on this, bro. You done some research on this.
You done it.
No, that's a regular line that you hear. You hear that line everywhere you go. Apparently, a high number. That is bullshit. Let me tell you that is bullshit.
What is?
They're saying original.
A bunch of women don't come from penetration and all of that. That's bullshit.
People are saying original 2-minute man, sandpaper sex. Fucking hell.
Sandpaper sex. Who does that?
That's wrong. That's wrong. Oh my days. They're trying to say that the thing is dry. Never had that.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is this, yeah. I know you have it in your mind, this is how it is. But you're trying to tell women about how their experience of what they would find something which
I haven't told women anything.
No, but you're trying to dismiss this. You've got a whole loop of women saying that, you know what, that's dead. People be getting horn. That's dry. Man wouldn't even be coming to me because I wouldn't be taking it. You know what I mean? Like if I dated a man who didn't want me, didn't care if I came or not. I'm just saying, if he didn't care if I came or not, that would be it. It'd be, like he wouldn't be climbing on top of me. You mad? I ain't wasting my front on him. You mad?
There you go. There you go.
In that moment,
ladies,
just keep it moving.
Gentlemen,
everything crashing up. I'll be so mad.
Imagine that. Imagine this year. Imagine. Wait. Let's do the action, people. Yeah. Imagine this.
Rachel, this is like
Rachel. Who does that?
Are you having a fit? What's going on?
She's having a fit, bro.
No, but on the real, right? The whole pleasure thing is just like food, isn't it? If your woman cooks you the best food, you're gonna enjoy it, right? You're both gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Go on, Mike. Go on. Let me hear your analogy. Let me hear Mike's analogy. Come on, let's hear Mike's analogy.
All I'm saying is,
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
It's like both parties cooking food, right? One party cooks a nice food, and you enjoy it. You look forward to it. You really look forward to it. The other person doesn't know how to cook that well. So you might say, don't worry, I'll cook. But my food, you like my food, and I put the right seasoning in it. I do all the right things and stuff. I think it goes both ways. You can't just say.
Imagine though, your woman, like, cause food is energy, innit? Imagine your woman, like, cook all that food and give you all them energy, and you tell her, say, it's not my job to use it for you still, That the energy where you give it for nourish my body and all them something there. But when I use my body for pleasure, no, Rasta.
Let me give you an analogy you can understand, yeah. Let me give you an analogy you can understand, yeah. And I think I've already touched on that, yeah. I am not a woman. I enjoy sex. Okay. So when I meet a woman, I'm not thinking, all right, listen, you know what? I know how much I enjoy sex. That's it. What they're trying to tell you guys is you have to do the work. If she doesn't come, guess what? It's your fault. If she for some reason doesn't feel pleased, it's your fault, bro. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? No, it's not your fault. What I'm telling you guys is it's her fault and she's got issues and she needs to see either a doctor or a psychologist. One of those. It's not your fault. Yeah, if she doesn't come, it's not your fault. It's not your job to make anyone come. Yeah, hold on. You do your thing. Yeah, you perform the way you want to perform.
It's your job.
You be regular. It's not your job. If she enjoys sex as much as you enjoy sex, why are you out here feeling guilty because you did, bro? Are you serious?
Oh, but
that's Reggie, a little game they're playing in your head.
A while ago,
if you know there's nothing wrong with you, if you know you're cool, you're fine, and then someone tries to make you feel some type of way about how you didn't make me come, get out of here, man.
So hold on a minute, wait there. So wait there. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Since a lot of women only come with clitoris stimulations, if you see even by their toys, it normally has clitoris stimulation.
You shouldn't be having toys either.
I didn't say that.
Women go toys in the yard.
Wait, I'm talking about this. You didn't hear what I said. I said that's how women come. That's the reason why they make apparatus like that. So what I wanted to ask you is, since you're a man that doesn't like toys in his bedroom, right? Do you know anything about?
I've got a toy.
Wait, there, hold on.
I've got a toy.
Right? Do you know anything about clitoris stimulation, or
is that what man just said?
Do you know anything about clitoris stimulation? Because if it's like, if she doesn't come because you like sex, you just do your thing. You understand?
Shakara, do you know about clitoris stimulation, Shakara?
Most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
Do you know about it, Nelson?
What about you, Mike?
What do I know about it?
Rachel. Given my history, I'm well versed on it.
Right, Mike's going to answer the question.
All I'm saying is, it takes two to make a dream come true. That's all I'm saying right there.
I've never
takes
seen
two,
it.
innit? Make sure that she does her part too, Mike.
My sorry, that's what molasses. You know what I mean? I just say it, girl.
Listen, vibrator sex is allowed, then I take it with that opinion. No, vibrator sex is not allowed, he's saying. I think there's nothing wrong with doing that. So basically, okay, if you're missing, I'm just saying, okay, this is not personal. If you're with someone, are you trying to tell me that if you decide that you're not going to satisfy her, like she hasn't come, but she still needs to come because she ain't bust yet, and she feels all swollen like she wants to explode, but she can't come because you never make her come. So does that mean that you
never make her come?
Does that mean that she can get herself off then, since you ain't gonna do it? She gonna have to do it herself.
No, she can leave. There's the door. Hey, she can leave. About what you're gonna sit there and wait for her to use a toy? No,
but if you ain't making her bust, then what do you expect?
No. That's the problem. The narrative is I have to make her. If she was a normal girl, normal human being that enjoyed sex, she should be able to come. If she's attracted to you, if she likes you, she should be able to come. Man don't need to do no somersaults. I don't need to climb up the walls for you to come 2 hours later. She still ain't come. Oh, now she's going to use the toy. Bruv, are you crazy? She needs to see a doctor.
Someone said, Nelson, where is the clitoris or where is the G-spot? Nelson, really? Where is it? Where is it?
Really?
Where is it?
I don't know.
You normally know everything, so boy.
Chakra, where is it?
Nelson, you're asking me a lot of questions today, man. I'm shocked.
Yeah, sorry, bro. No, we got to change the narrative. Men need to come back. Come back, man. Become a man again. Be a man again.
I'm happy that as a moldy bread, you found your moldy cheese and you're happy. I'm happy for you.
Thanks for being happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
This is an interesting one though. Because this thing about a lot of women not from anything other than clitoral stimulation, and it is an interesting one. On a serious note, it is an interesting one in the sense of when you encounter a woman who has had issues in that department, yeah. But on the level of intimacy though, like beyond just being able to make her bust, on the level of intimacy, there is a lot that can develop in your relationship from going through that process, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? On the level of, help. Like
Shakara, what do you think about what do you think about the introduction of toys and how that has affected women's?
I'm not talking about that right. Hold on. I ain't talking about toys right now. Forget toys for a minute.
No. I'm just asking you a question.
No, let me finish what I'm saying, innit?
When they introduced all these toys and all of that.
Hold on. What you said a minute ago. Is that if she doesn't, then it's on. That's her problem. I'm simply making the point that there are a lot of women who have psychological. Sometimes it's not physical. Sometimes it's a psychological thing.
Yeah, most of it's psychological, bro.
Right, yeah, but I'm saying that if you understand that as a man, yeah, and you're intimate with a woman, and when I say intimate, I'm talking about beyond sexual. there's a way that you can begin to transcend those psychological barriers. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying
that's true. That's true.
Right.
But
But I'm saying that
if she's open about it.
Beyond helping her orgasm, it's a part of the intimacy of developing your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's psychological, it's about how comfortable she's feeling and how open she's feeling and them kind of things. Yeah. So I believe that don't if you're in a relationship with a woman, it is a man's duty to assist in the overcoming of those things in relation to the woman's pleasure. I think that's a responsible thing to do.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that, because if it's a psychological issue and if she's open about it, then yeah, I do believe that the man needs to help her become herself and be comfortable with herself. I do believe in that. But this narrative that it's the man's job and all of that, allow me, bro. I'm falling for that one. It's a psychological issue. If, for example, if I'm not in a committed relationship with you and we've done a thing and you're now what and what not, you need to see a doctor or something, you need to see a psychologist, you need to see a psychiatrist, you need to see something, you know what I mean, to help you with your issues, you know what I mean? Because I'm sorry, it's just, I've had too many women to believe in that nonsense. Okay, so nah.
Did they all want to stick around afterwards?
Trust me. Trust me, Rachel. Yeah. Oh boy, if you only knew.
Right. Well, I've just seen the time. It is now 4 minutes past 12. Community debate this week was fucking hilarious. Excuse my friend. It was funny. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. This was jokes, right? Thank you guys for checking in. And you know, it's pure laughs and pure jokes next week. So make sure you come back next week, Thursday. And please, I would like to say, when I put up in the group any comments, you know, any debate suggestions for that night, please, I beg you, put them up, because it's nice to have it where whatever you lot want to talk about, I'll bring it up. Like the first topic, the colorism one, was what somebody put underneath the comments, and I will bring it up, whatever you want to chat about. You know what I mean? Because remember, this group is for you, and you know what I mean, I want to talk about the things that you guys are interested in. But good night, my love. Oh no, yes, everybody, the panelists, please stay. But yes, Thursdays, we'll be back next week. See you, be square.